Trials to overthrow the government of Ugandan President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni have been identified today as news have come to public in regards to some soldiers in the Ugandan Defense Forces that had planned on overthrowing and making a coup into the Ugandan government. According to the current information that we are receiving on our news desk at FM Show KE, as of right now, intelligence in Uganda 2 months ago in the first week of October, military spies picked intelligence that the army had been infiltrated and some officers paid to recruit peers to conduct espionage. The information provided to counterintelligence operatives under the Directorate of Intelligence of the UPDF-led forces did not name the masterminds reported to be foreign actors. The counter-espionage unit, simply referred in military parlance as CI, specializes in identifying, neutralizing, and exploiting activities of hostile intelligence agencies, rendering the suspicions relayed the bloodline of its operations. Multiple sources knowledgeable about the matter said preliminary reports indicated that substantial amount of cash had exchanged hands and hundreds of millions more of Ugandan shillings promised for the mission. Informants also suggested that the headquarters in Masaka, city of UPDF's Armored Brigade, the specialized unit running the call on military tanks, artilleries, and the armored fleet, was the primary target. The intention was threefold: blow up more than 150 new tanks in the ganched compromise capabilities of some of the armored fleet and enlist soldiers as listening post accomplices. The UPDF Intelligence Directorate then transmitted what insiders considered actionable intelligence to the Chieftaincy of Military Intelligence, CMI, Ugandan Army's investigative arm. CMI mandate covers collecting, analyzing, and disseminating information related to the capabilities, intentions, and activities of potential adversaries. Using the information gleaned from human sources, CMI reportedly deployed its technical capabilities, including intensified wiretapping of the rank and file of the military. Within days, the operatives believed they had made a breakthrough. A group moved with high-tech communication monitoring gadgets to the Armored Brigade headquarters in Masaka, where they retrieved messages and audios of mobile phone handsets of soldiers. According to a senior security officer briefed on the operation, this enabled the investigators to pinpoint the key suspect and map their accomplices in other military units. 39-year-old Captain Danish Ohola Oya, the operation training officer for 6th Tank Battalion, was among the first suspects to be detained initially at the Armored Brigade headquarters before relocation for further interrogation in the capital, Kampala. Information he and others provided while in custody reportedly led to the arrest of dozens of soldiers from October 10th, majority still reportedly incarcerated at CMI headquarters in Buya, a Kampala suburb. CMI operatives and Special Forces Command SFC commandos conducted the swoops in Masaka, at the SFC headquarters in Kasenyi, in Entebbe, and Fort Portal in western Uganda, where the counter-offensive against Allied Democratic Forces ADF is based. Additional operations resulted in arrest at the Hami Nakasangola Air Base in central Uganda and in Maracha district in West Nile, where suspects allegedly moving UPDF assets for sale to foreign buyers were intercepted. A villager there identified as Mr. Moses Ayikoyo, who photographed the suspect, he found he found pinned to the ground face down, was arrested too, and agreed after days of interrogation while in CM custody in Kampala, absolved him. Mr. Ayikoyo was returning from selling tobacco at a local buying center, and this newspaper understands that operatives who arrested him are yet to return shillings 14 million they seized from him. Back in Masaka, as the inquiries expanded, personnel attached to the Hamad Brigade were banned from leaving the barracks, except with a pass leave as official permission from superiors is called in security forces. One source added that no person, whether soldier or their family members, was allowed to wander within the barracks past 8 p.m. and the military strengthened the quarter guard. The official gate to a military installation was tripled. The heightened security followed revelations that one of the suspected soldiers taken into custody was found with more than a dozen improvised explosive devices, IEDs, a home-assembled bomb that President Museveni, the commander-in-chief, as yesterday said, ADF sleeper cells are exploding in and around Kampala. In the case of Masaka, the IEDs were intended to be used to detonate newly procured tanks, a source close to the investigation said. All sources interviewed over the weeks for this story spoke of anonymity, citing sensitivity of the matter and fear of reprimand. Defense and UPDF spokesman Brief Felix Kulayigie is in response to the inquiries yesterday said that we have the ringleader who is a captain by rank and other members who are connected to the crime. They have already appeared in court and they will face the harm of the law. There are accounts which were unable to independently verify that the infiltrators had paid at least shillings 50 million to one of the suspects and planned to transfer another trace of 250 million depending on the progress of the mission. A top military source, unlike in the past, this time did not link this apparent subversion to ADF, blaming then an unidentified group in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Uganda's army, the UPDF, has over the past 2 years been involved in counter-offensive alongside the Congolese military against mainly the ADF and other subversive elements such as militias. Another UPDF contingent was deployed in eastern Congo a few months ago under the aegis of the East African Community Region Force, some of whose members began withdrawing on Sunday after President Felix Tshisekedi called time up on it for failing to fight and neutralize the M23 rebels as Kinshasa hoped. Felix Kulayiwe told KFM, one of the stations in Uganda, on Monday that it was never the mandate of the regional force to counter M23 and that the regional force aimed to create a security buffer to allow a political process including tanks to drive, which never happened. In a separate development, details of the new Ugandan rebel group believed to be based in the DRC Congo was revealed in court documents on Tuesday as Ugandan Lord's Salvation Army ULSA, when 31 suspects, among them 8 junior army officers including Captain Dennis Hola Oya, were indicated for plotting to overthrow the government of Uganda. They were specifically accused of treachery and unlawful possession of firearms, with the former charge attracting death penalty for convicts. Treachery, under Section 16 of UPDF Act is an offense involving infiltration on behalf of foreign entities, solicitation and unauthorized sharing of military information, and or withholding of vital security information from proper authorities. Prosecution told the General Court Martial sitting in Makindye, a Kampala outskirt, and chaired by Bring Freeman Robert Mugabe, the accused, among them 3 pastors, a teacher and a mason, between February 2022 and October 2023 engaged in a war or warlike activities intending to overthrow the government of Uganda. It is alleged that they committed the offences in various places within and outside the country, including South Sudan's capital Juba, where they held meetings, recruited and formed a rebel group called Uganda Lord's Salvation Army. It remained unclear why only that one suspect were presented in court on Tuesday when more than 150 across military formation were incarcerated. However, prosecutors Lieutenant Colonel Raphael Mugisha and Lieutenant Alex Mukwana said investigations are still ongoing, leaving open the possibilities that more suspects could be charged at the General Court Martial. Those indicated were remanded to Makidia military and Kigo civilian prisons until January 22, 2024. The suspects are Captain Denish Ola Oya, 39, attached to 6th Tank Battalion as Operations Training Officer. Number 2, Lieutenant Bernard Odoru, 36, attached to Armor Maintenance Unit as a Staff Officer. Woi Sande Genaro Oye, 48 years, Tank Engine Technician. Number 4, Sergeant Bernard Morris Leku, aka Peter Aguadia, 50, deserter from Field Engineering Unit. Number 5, Captain John Ojukuna Elatu, 40, gun attached to 6th Battalion Peace Support Operation Training Center in Singo. And now number 6 was Captain Ronald Cuba, 52, driver and mechanic attached to 1 Tank Battalion. Number 7 was Captain David Olal, 46 years, police officer. Number 8 was Captain Moses Ayang, 27, tank operator, nurse attached to 6th Tank Battalion Armored Brigade. Number 7 was Judy Dagwech, 52, a pastoress. Number 10 was Simon Oyoma, 49, a pastor. Number 11, Daniel Owiti, alias ODM, 45, a social worker. Number 12 was Fabio Olsen, 42 years, a builder. Number 13, Mohammed Ijosiga, 72, a peasant. Number 14 was Stanley Yasi alias Simple, 64 years, a marketer. Number 5, Anthony Kamau March, 54, a teacher. Number 16, Joaquin Parmo, 33 years, an electrician. And number 17 was Abdullah Kim Oruku Koloboka, 42, a security guard. Number 18 was Abibu Ezale, 65 years, a mechanic. Number 17 was Seba Kepo, 63 years of age, a peasant. Number 20 was Siraj Chadiga, 43 years, a carpenter. Number 21 was Joseph Okwai, 58 years, a plumber. Number 22 was Swadi Kujo, 52 years, a peasant. And number 23 was Abdumalik Oshan, alias Peter, 73 years, a peasant. Number 27 was Michael Opecha, alias Simple Michael, 41 years, local council 2 chairman. Number 25 was Tom Owolos Apavuson, 39 years, a property dealer. Number 26 was Stephen Etau, 35 years, a peasant. Number 27, Lamex Oguma, alias Pastor, 38 years, a pastor. Number 28 was Wilson Ochen, alias Senior, alias RDC, 58 years, a police and a businessman. Number 29 was Swaibu Edema, 52 years, a peasant. And number 30 was Ida Kasim, 57 years. Number 31 and last was Ratib Asum Mabuga, 47 years, a peasant. Extracted from charge sheet at the General Court Martial. The offense of treachery, a person subject to military law who for any purpose prejudicial to the security or interest of Uganda, A, infiltrates the army of, or is an agent of a foreign power or of any force engaging in a war or warlike activities against the government. 2, concisely gives information to a foreign power or any force engaging in war or warlike activities against the government, or solicits information with the view to giving it to such a power or force. Concisely gives information to anyone without the knowledge and approval of the proper authority and concisely withholds vital information from the proper authorities commits the offense of treachery and is liable on conviction to suffer death. Yeah, this was an attempt on the government of Ugandan President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. As right now, the forces in Uganda are dealing with the matter. It is believed and rumor has it that different governments and powerful governments from the western side are involved in the attempt to overthrow the government of the Ugandan President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, remembering that Museveni differed with the United States in legalizing or by going ahead to term gayism, or let me say the LGBTQ community, as a sin punishable by jailment or jail term in Uganda, which is something that the government of the United States went ahead to accuse Museveni of going against humanity. Now, many rumors have it that this might be an act by the CIA or the Central Intelligence Agency from America trying to curb Museveni's presidency or Museveni's government. For now, that's what's up. Go ahead and subscribe. See you in the next